Welcome everyone. In this part today we will talk about lists. List is a very important data structure in programming, so we will have to have a very good understanding of lists. So let's start by creating a lists.py file. Yeah, as you know, every Python file should end with .py. Yeah, so what's a list? List is actually a collection of unordered indexed items. So they are ordered and they do have index. For instance, if I say countries, in these countries I may have Finland and I may have Sweden. And I may have actually Norway or Denmark. And then I may have Norway and Iceland. These are my examples most of the time. And they are good because I have this some varieties to check. Great. How many countries do you see in the list? It's a list of countries, and how many countries do you see in the countries variable? Oh, yeah. I want you to write it down on the chat because that's the way I activate my students. Okay. Yeah, 5. Great. So we can call this list of countries. And if we want to access each item, we can use the index. For instance, if I'm interested to Finland, countries, and then I can use 0 index because the index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm interested in Sweden, actually, countries, and then you tell me what index should I use to access or to extract Sweden out, tell me. 1. And then if you know that, I think after that, you just increment the index by 1. If you want to know actually the last item, so how can I extract the last item? That's the Iceland, the last country. Minus 1, that's a very good one method using negative indexing. But using positive indexing, what would be? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can use 4. But sometimes if the list is very long, it's really hard to know. So we can calculate the last index like this. Last index is equal to length of the items, countries, minus 1. Why minus 1? Because we start counting from 0. So the length, the size minus 1 give us the last index. Great. Then print countries, and then we pass last index as in dynamic value over here. Then this value, and this value gives us the last item, the last country, that is Iceland. Let's see. As you can see, Iceland, Iceland, Iceland 3 times. Great, now you got how to, and as I told you, to get also the length, you just use len and countries. Then it should gives you 5. 5, great. Now let's work on, for instance, modifying, for instance, Iceland to Ireland, maybe, or Finland to Estonia. Let's countries 0 because I'm interested to modify Finland, and if I say Estonia, as you can see, I am referring the first index and then replacing this value. Now I am modifying the value, mutating the country's data. So by now, the first country should be Estonia. Let's see. Have you seen Estonia, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Iceland? Let's change the middle country, maybe this one, Denmark, to Germany, maybe. So countries, and where is Denmark? 0, 1, 2. 2, and then the replacement. Okay, Germany. And then now let's print again to see the modified value or the mutated value. We are mutating it like the coronavirus. Okay, great. Now, as you can see, Estonia, Sweden, Germany, Norway, Iceland. So we say actually data mutation. Now, mutating a data means deliberately, knowingly, we are modifying our countries list. So a deliberate mutation is okay. So mutation means actually modifying. It's a fancy word to say to modify. Great. Now let's see if we can add some additional country, okay? Countries dot append. We have this append method. For instance, we may add France. And I should see now, of course, I have to print after that, after modifying, print countries. We have France at the end. Maybe if you want to add more countries, we can use extend, and then we should have, for instance, Belgium, and then the Netherlands, and then Poland. Now I have 3 countries additional I'm about to add. But to see the new value, I have to print down there. As you can see now, Estonia, Sweden, Germany, Norway, Iceland, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Poland. Okay, how about if we are interested to insert a country somewhere between here, between Denmark and Norway? By the way, I want to comment this out because it modifies it too much and it's hard to follow, okay? We have the original data, and at some point I added, let's append the append, we can keep the append, it's okay. So as you can see, we had, this is the original, and then we appended France, and then we used the extend method to add Belgium, the Netherlands, and Poland at once. Now, the plan is actually, how about if I insert Greenland here, between Denmark and Norway, Greenland, yeah? That's not the country, but let's just put it there. So we can use the method actually insert countries, insert, and where I have to count 0, 1, 2, 2, I think 3, because it's after that. Since it's going to be after that, should be 0, 1, 2, 3 at 3. So 3, and then the name is actually Greenland. I'm not sure if there is a country called Greenland, but there's some island called the Greenland, right? So it's part of Denmark, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, guys. Anyway, okay, so let's see that. As you can see, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Greenland is now here. So we insert that. How about if we want to remove something? So we can remove one of the country, for instance. If I want to remove the last country, in that case, I think it's very good to stop the inserting and also the others. Let's have just the original value now, as you can see, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Iceland. I can use pop to remove the last item. You can say countries and just pop. If you do this, we are removing the last item. So in this case, Iceland will be popped out. Oh yeah. But if you want to pop out another country than the last country, actually you can pass index. So for instance, I'm not interested to pop out Iceland. Instead, I want to pop out Norway. So in that case, 0, 1, 2, 3. So I have to pass an argument 3, and then Norway will be popped out. Yes, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Iceland. So you can use it without argument, or if you are interested to remove certain item by index, you can use this. We can also use remove. It has the same property countries, just remove, and actually the name of the item, for instance, Finland. Now Finland will be removed, so print countries. Sweden, Denmark, and you can just remove, you call the name of the method and you pass the name of the country. I think you don't have to remember all this. I just made already a very good note, a very easy to read note. So you can go through this material list. This is how you create a list, or this way, just an empty list. And we have here, as you can see, list of fruits, list of vegetables, list of animal products like milk, meat, butter, and yogurt, and countries, technologies. So we have different lists. And then again, this is how you count the index, 0, 1, 2, 3. And then you can access the different items, accessing items using negative indexing, and you can count from this side, -1, -2, -3, and -4. So either you start from 0, or you can come from the negative side, negative indexing. Another item, maybe I think we call it this another technique of this packing and unpacking. Here, let's see actually unpacking of the items. Okay, maybe I think we have already countries here. So again, let me stop this, the popping and deleting and mutating. Now, if I run actually, how many countries do you see? Tell me, guys. Still, we didn't touch. So we have still the same, the original data. We have 5 countries, right? But now I am interested in like Finland and Sweden and Denmark and ... rest. I think 1 rest. And then I can say countries. Actually, what I'm doing, Finland to Finland, Sweden to Sweden, and then to Denmark, and the rest is going to be another list, something like this. So let's print this in. It should give us Sweden, then, and then rest. Let's see what we get. Oh, what kind of countries is it? Yeah, as you can see, Finland, Sweden, and Denmark has been printed by themselves, and Norway and Iceland are still in a list, so we can. But for instance, if we are not interested in Sweden, we can just do underscore, and we can skip that value, and we can extract only Finland, Denmark. Yep, this is very powerful sometimes. And the same in here, for instance, Germany, France, Belgium, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland, Norway, Iceland, and Estonia. Hey, Germany to Germany, FR to France, BG to Belgium, SW to Sweden, and Scandic. Scandic actually represents up to Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Norway, up to here. And the last item, Estonia, goes to Estonia. So you can also do something like this. Yep, slicing is actually the same as slicing a string, but let's do also here slicing. For instance, if I am interested to slice all of them out, you can use this one, something like this. That means actually having everything together. Even if you use double, it just gives you the same thing. Yeah, so I can just do it differently. Both gives you. Maybe I think another trick, for instance, you can also reverse this. If you do this, you can get a reverse: Iceland, Norway, Denmark, Sweden. Yeah. And even you can also just let me try this. What do I get if I do this? Finland. Yeah, so this means actually we are slicing with two intervals. First, we go to the Finland. We don't want this, then Denmark. We don't want this, then Iceland. It can be also 3. But how about if we want to slice out Sweden, Denmark, and Norway? That's a very good practice. Let's do that. Print countries, and then you may say 0, 1. So 1, then 2, 3, 4. So it should be 4 since it doesn't include the last item. So I'm expecting this will give me this result. Okay, yeah. Great, that's slicing, guys. But if you want also now the interval to be different, you can make it 2 or 3, the step. But now let's just make it default. So the step is actually 1, each interval, each one. Oh yeah, so we can also use negative indexing of slicing. It's the same as a string, as I mentioned, but now let's check using in operator. By the way, if I told you this in, for instance, py in Python, this should be true because py is in Python. And you may say print again land in Finland. Yeah. Is it true or false? You tell me, guys. Yeah, of course, it should be true. Now we can say, for instance, print Greenland in countries. The list of the countries I have is this one. No, maybe it's better if I show you from here. Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Iceland. And now I'm trying Greenland in countries. Is it true or false? If you see Finland, Sweden, Denmark. Yeah, false. We don't have Greenland there. How about, don't do that. Print Finland in countries. What do you think about this? true. It should be true. Yeah, great. Adding items, we have seen inserting items. So we have seen that removing items from a list. We saw that removing item using pop, and we have seen that. And we can also remove items using del actually. Yep. For instance, if we want to delete, now you can check print the countries. If we check, we should have everything, right? Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Iceland. But let's remove, for instance, Iceland. If I want to remove Iceland, I can say delete countries and -1. I'm referring by index, and then I'm using the del operator, and that will remove it. So print then countries. As you can see, Iceland is not anymore there. You can do the same operation, del, maybe countries. And now if I want to remove some part of, for instance, if I want to remove Sweden and Denmark, 0, 1, 2, 3, but it's up to, I have to start from this, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. This will help me to remove this out. Then I'm expecting only Finland and Norway. Let's do print countries. Oh yeah, Finland and Norway as we expected. Clearing list item. Can we clear everything? Yes, of course. You can just countries and clear. So this actually make your countries list empty. Now we have just an empty list, doesn't have anything. Then let's see copy. You have seen that there are different methods, but this clear is not a very good thing, but I can just comment out because now we don't see our original data. Yes, as you can see now, if I use, for instance, the countries dot sort, the sort mutate the original value, and if you see, it has been sorted. But sometimes, you know, we want to keep the original intact without modification. So instead, we can do actually copy. After copy, I can sort it, you know. Then now I can just store these countries too. Yeah, so now if I just print this, the original is actually the same, Finland, but print 2 countries that has been copied from the original and sorted. Yep. Why? Yes, because this is not how I should do it. It should be a bit different, like this. First, I have to copy and store it in a different variable, and then sorting it out. Yes, Denmark, Finland. Great. So this needs a revision, and doing it a couple of times. Joining list. To join to list, it's so easy. You just use the plus operator to concatenate or join two lists together. For instance, if we join this and this, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then -5. That's how it goes. And we have also here fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, banana, orange, mango, lemon, and then tomato, potato. Yeah, so that is the value. We have used the extend, so we don't have to repeat it all over again. Counting item in a list. Okay, we can also count actually items. We have used that method. We can also use it here. We did use that method in a string, the count. We can now use it with list. For instance, we have a banana, banana, orange, mango, lemon. But let's add again orange. Orange. And now at least I can see that 2 times. So fruit dot count, and then I'm counting the orange. So if you just print this out, actually it will give you 2. Yeah, great. Finding index of an item, the index method returns the index if an item in the list exists. For instance, I have these numbers, age of students, and 24, where is it located? 0, 1, 2, as you can see, it's 2. And also this banana, I have orange, 0, 1, so it should be 1. Reversing a list, we can reverse using the reverse list. For instance, we can make use of this data to reverse it. Yeah, you have here print actually reverse ages dot reverse. And then if it's the reverse, you are expecting this will be to reverse the other side. So then print age. What I'm expecting now, 24 should come the other side. Yes. Great. Sorting list items, we sorted out. The sort is actually, for instance, I can just comment this out. Sorting means putting in order. Age.sort. And now if you just print this out, sort, sorry, age. As you can see, ascending order, it's sorted out ascending order, but you can reverse also the reversed, I think it's true. And if you run it, okay, I think. What did I for reverse? Oh, sorry, I'm just putting it in a wrong place. I should have been here. Reverse true. As you can see now, it's in reverse order, descending order. Yeah, now we also finished actually list, and this is what you need. And maybe something I would like to also talk about, sorted. Again, sorted is very powerful. It doesn't modify the original. Let me show you, just forget about this. Now you have print ages, right? And if you do a sort, age sort, actually this modified already the original value. That's why when we do ages, we get the sorted out, the sorted values. But we can actually use, instead of the sort, we can use sorted age, then copy sorted age, and then sorted, and I can pass the age. The sorted built-in function allow us to sort this value and to store it in a new variable without affecting the original. So now if I print actually age, I should get the original value. But if you print sorted and age, it should be the sorted one. Yeah, 19. Yep. Great. So whenever you don't like to mutate the original data, it's good to copy using the copy method, or you should use built-in functions or methods that do not mutate the original data. And so do you have any question related to list? This is good enough to go forward. Now, it seems you don't have any question.